Hello everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to Saihate no Paladin Season 2, Episode 5. God damn, I'm behind. Episode 10 came out today, and I'm at Episode 5, and I honestly cannot explain why. Yeah, I legit can't explain why. I like this show, I like this series. Why am I not recording it regularly? Why do I have so many delays with it? I don't know. Could be, as I said during the last episode, could be because of the unfavorable initial impression. Could be because this. Yeah, actually. This show is sandwiched between Frieren, Shield Hero, and Shangri-La. So I always focus on those three, and sometimes I just forget that Saihate no Paladin is also coming out. That might be why. Because it's coming out in the same ballpark as three other really good shows. Oh well, we are here, episode 5. Eventually I'm gonna get get through all of the episodes, guarantee. So, what happened in the previous one? Let's start with that, maybe. The previous episode was pretty much about the concept of courage. What is courage? When can you call yourself courageous? And it was a very interesting topic because we learn that Will doesn't see himself as courageous when he went against the Wyvern and just chokeslammed it, because he knew he's going to win. And if you take up a battle where you are certain you're going to win, can you call it courage? No, there's no courage in that. There's courage in uncertainty, there's courage in fear, but not in certainty of win. A very interesting, philosophical topic there. Besides that, in a previous episode, we also trained a little bit with Ru. Is Ru no longer on the list of characters? Damn, he legit isn't. Unless there is some other... Unless he's some other character, he changed his name or something, and he's not listed as Ru, but under some other name. I don't know, we'll see, we'll learn all about it. But yeah, Ru went through some training with not just Will, but also Menel, also Reistov, who's back. And then eventually we got a quest from the... Does she have a name on the list of characters? Is it Anna? I think it's Anna. Some of those images on the list of characters are taken from the light novel, so, they look a little bit different. I think it's Anna. It's the priestess girl who joined them at the behest of Bishop Bagley. She told Will that there is some disturbance somewhere in some burial site. No, they didn't know it's a burial site yet. But yeah, Will and Ru went there to check what's going on. Turns out it was a burial site, very interesting burial site. I love the world building and the idea of it, that there existed a culture out there that placed entire fucking wooden logs as grave markers and placed some grave guardian, what do you even call it? Not puppets, actually. Whatchamacallit? The thing that you place in a field to scare away birds, right? Something like that, but for ghosts and for robbers. So Will cleansed the place, sent off all of the souls who couldn't maybe get anywhere from that place, send them all to Gracefield, and on their way back, they noticed something else. I can't quite recall what prompted them to check to check out one specific cave, but they did check it out. Turns out it was some sort of a mausoleum, and inside they met the echo of Stagnate, taking the shape of an owl, I believe, or some other bird. Could have been a crow. I'm not entirely sure. So now Will and Rue will have to face the echo of Stagnate, or maybe manifestation of Stagnate, or Stagnate himself. Probably not. It's gonna take some time until we finally get to fight Stagnate. Assuming a fight with Stagnate can actually be had, assuming a deity can actually be killed, right? Those are some big assumptions to make. But yeah, that's where we are. That's where we ended. Will and Rue in that mausoleum facing off against a messenger of Stagnate, I guess you could also say. So what do I expect from today's episode? We're gonna fight that echo, that messenger, or whatever else it is, and the second half of the episode is probably going to be about something else. Fights in this show don't really ever last all that long. They are very straight to the point, nobody's screaming their attack names, nobody's charging up their Kamehameha for 17 episodes, right? None of that happens. So I fully expect us to fit more than just a fight in this episode. Okay, so I guess with that we can just start watching it. To do it, you will need your subs to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. And I'm gonna need your support. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon or YouTube down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, costs nothing, helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching episode 5 of Saihate no Paladin, season 2 in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, starting with the opening. I got new batteries for my milk foamer, and god damn does it rip. Now the foam just kind of fell right now, but I legit had like this much essentially whipped cream just made out of regular milk. It's crazy how much good batteries do. Rechargeable too, saving the planet and all. I still have no clue why they decided to give us this grainy filter on top of the opening. I mean, technically I know it's just looking back some memories, but it just doesn't look good, you know? Reminds me of a post on one of the Unreal Engine subreddits. Someone posted 2 screenshots asking which one's better. One had a very nice filter that made the scene look like an old, washed out photo, and the other was just yellow. Okay, so not even an echo. Like a old school game piss filter. And yeah, gee, I wonder which one looks better. And why are you letting us know that, Stagnate? Oh. Okay, so Stagnate is just getting some souls. Gotcha. Fair. Do you have a god of fishing? Oh? Okay, interesting that gods don't necessarily have full control over their echoes. That's a very interesting concept. I mean, yeah, he's not an evil god. Oh, a vision? Okay. Okay. He doesn't want you to die. Yeah, you are worthy. Right? He loves strong people. He wants strong people to join him. Why would he waste you just like that? Yeah, represented nothing, as opposed to gods who each represents something. Oh, interesting. Did they go for other worlds or just fucked off completely? Yeah. I mean, the name Sickle of the Gods kind of gives it away that he's somehow tied to the gods. Yeah, so they did manage to hurt Valakirka at least a little bit. You will get the blessing of Stagnate. Oh, no, not quite. Would be fun if Uru just got the blessing of Stagnate randomly. Yeah, they didn't just die in vain. He's not evil. That's the thing, though. Stagnate isn't evil. But in time being the keyword here, yeah. Chill out, train, grow stronger, then you can try slaying the dragon. Oh, what are those? Okay. That's some nice animation. That's a very nice combat scene. Don't put your guard down. Oh, a slingshot. Okay. Oh, that's cool. All right. it awakens other lizards in the area or something? If it's a wyvern, then Will can just choke slam it again. Oh, it's an ogre? A giant. Okay. Yep, I'm just gonna subjugate him. Choke him out until he calms down. Just like that. I love William G. Merryblood. Yes, exactly. And cleanse the corruption. Move your clan to William's village, mayhaps. Could we get some giant villagers? Oh, Jotun. Not just any random giant, a Jotun. Gus probably taught him, yeah. So, what can we do? Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Could you maybe impart some of your powers on Rue here? He could use them. I mean, yeah, he really likes strong people. And Will is strong. I mean, heed his words. He's not lying. Even to the torch port. You would be fucked. Yes. Vaguely? Or is it Gus's words? Gus's voice? Because Gus is still around, but no, it's vaguely. I thought that maybe Will is sending letters to Gus. Actually, could you seek Gus's counsel? He would probably have a good idea how to deal with a dragon, right? Menel? What's up? Oh. Monsters? The Royal Army? An uprising? Close to an uprising, yeah. You're not really gonna do much against the dragon, yeah. Yeah. Your king was able to damage it, and just damage it, not even slay it. So what can you lot hope to do? Fair. Oh, just outright saying that. Right, they want to wash off their shame, but by dying in combat, basically. He doesn't know himself. A good old dwarven brawl. Damn, Rue really grew. Sure, he's younger and more spry than all of them, but there were a lot of them. And that's also fair. Yeah, you can, if you want to go kill the dragon, go there with the desire to kill it, not with the desire to die yourselves. Oh, there we go. Grandson. Vindalfar. Oh, that explains why there is no Ru on the list of characters now, but there is a random Vindalfar. Now we know who he is. You should prepare for the fight with the dragon, though. Like, don't just go out there right now. Yeah, he really grew a lot as a person. Yeah. I mean, that much was obvious. And Reistov, probably. One of the older dwarves. Yeah. Okay, so we have our team from the opening. And here's Reistov. Seems like a Friday. Ask Gus. Okay, so the Rust Mountains arc officially begins then. Oh, do I smell a budding romance between those two? Oh, what you doing here? Ah, right. She needs material for a song. Oh, already spreading a prequel, okay. Whomst? Oh, Tonio. I mean, it was known the moment a problem appears, it's obvious that you're gonna try to solve it. Yeah, because he has to. Someone has to. And yeah, there's also the vow. There's something off about their mouths in this scene. I wonder if some other studio's making it or something. I mean, not off in like a bad way, but off in like they look different than usual, you know? Hello, Gracefield. You better bless the boy then. Give him as much strength as you can. Hopefully. Yeah, Gracefield would not be sending him to his certain death, so. I mean, he's the main character, so of course he's not going to die, right? That's the first giveaway that he will survive. But now he also has the approval of Gracefield. I still think they should have spent a little bit more time preparing. I don't know what exactly could they. How exactly could they prepare? But I do feel like asking Gus for advice would be prudent. Maybe getting a blessing from Bagley. Maybe Manel could go to the Forest Kings, ask them for magic acorn that can give him strength, or I don't know, stuff like that, right? I really was expecting Stagnate to offer Ru or Vindalfar a blessing of some sort. A brief return home, so we are going back to visit Gus. Okay, cool. That's good. That is very good. Let's watch it again. Stagnate. I'm not an echo, I'm just a herald. And yeah, messengers of the gods. Just fishing for some dead people, because that's what Stagnate does, right? He wants to resurrect some dead people, give them life again, revive them, give them another shot, right? That's his goal. Newborn echoes tend to be very emotional, rash, and generally infantile. This is very interesting to me, that deities don't have full control of their echoes. I was under the impression that an echo is essentially like a lesser clone of the god, that they can split their mind into two, basically, and they are one and the same, but the echo has like 20% of the god's power, or something along those lines. But it seems like the echoes are more like, I don't know, artificial offspring, I guess you could say. They have the memories and the general personality and the general goals, etc., of the deity that spawned them, but they don't share the same mind. They have their own mind. Very curious, very interesting. That strong warrior you're with killed me. Yep. And of course, right, this god can speak the words, that's what makes him so dangerous. But Stagnate, we have to remember, Stagnate is not evil. That's the best thing. He claims himself to be an evil god. Everybody else claims Stagnate to be an evil god, but ultimately he is not. He pities that people have only one life, that they die and that's it. They can no longer meet their loved ones, they can no longer go back home, they can no longer see the world, they can no longer enjoy flowers. And he doesn't like that. He doesn't like that fact. So he wants to give those people another stab at life. That's his motivation, that's his goal. It's not inherently evil. And he likes strong people. He wants strong people to join his ranks. That was the entire deal with Mary, Gus, and Blood, right? Stagnate agreed to get them a few hundred more years to live, and then they will go to his side, because he likes strong people, he likes heroes, he wants them among his ranks. So of course Stagnate would be partial to Will, who is so incredibly strong, right? If Will is going to die, hey, Will, you are the paladin of Graceville and whatnot, but if you're on your deathbed, could you reconsider joining me, maybe? Right? It would be a shame if you were teleported back to Japan or isekai'd somewhere else. Maybe, consider walking this earth still. Right? Just saying. Would be a shame to waste your potential. That's basically Stagnate. You prove that you have what it takes to be a hero, yeah. I find the radiance of their souls to be truly beautiful. That is exactly why I desire undeath and eternity for them. They are beautiful. It's a shame to bury their bodies and send their souls somewhere else. And I would hate to see you killed by the likes of a vulgar beast like Valakirka. Valakirka, the mercenary, apparently, dragon mercenary, the remnant of the Age of the Gods, including during the Demon Uprising. Yeah, he was hired by the demons to lay ruin to the Iron Country. But he did get wounded. So we know that he is not untouchable. If you are strong enough, like the king of the dwarves of the Iron Country, you can hurt Valakirka. And if you are stronger than that king, hell, you can even kill him. Perhaps there really is such a thing as fate. I fully expected here for Stagnate to make an offer to Vindalfar. I can give you the strength, I can give you the power, just like Gracefield gave the strength to William here. I can give you strength just like that. I can make you my paragon, and you can go and defeat Valakirka, or at least help Will defeat Valakirka. Are you in or are you not? I fully expected Stagnate to make this offer, and I honestly fully expected Vindalfar to take it, because it would also be interesting from like a narrative standpoint, right? The Thane of a Paragon of Gracefield is himself a Paragon of Stagnate. Two sides of the same coin. Two opposites, even. Right? It would really, really be cool. And it would also give us a little bit more insight into Stagnate through Vindalfar. Descendant of the Iron Country. This is the moment in particular when I was expecting it. Descendant of the Iron Country, I, Stagnate, God of the Undead, give you my blessing. That's what I expected, but no. The King of the Iron Mountains, Orvangar, was a true hero. The famed sword, Koldon, took an eye from the evil dragon that survives from the Age of Gods. Yep. I wonder if Koldon is gonna be the key to defeating Valakirka. Koldon. Sword is the key to defeating Valakirka. Maybe Will is gonna get another sword in his arsenal. Maybe Vindalfar is gonna switch from using an axe to using a sword. Who knows? How exhilarating it was. He was truly a great hero. Yeah, Stagnate likes heroes. I wouldn't expect such kindness from an evil god. I would. I mean, from an evil god, maybe not, but from Stagnate, absolutely. He is kind. We have to remember that he is kind. In his mind, what he shows to people is kindness, giving them another chance at life. A god who distorts the rules of life and death for the sake of people he so loves. But now is not the time. Yeah, I fully expected them to now go for a training arc. Essentially, like 2-3 episodes of trying to maybe procure some magic weapons, maybe going to consult Gus, maybe getting some holy water from Bagley, you know, stuff like that. Preparation and training. But no. This is a very cool fight scene. Very, very, very cool. dynamic. Bits of it, I think, are even animated on ones. Yeah, this is on ones. Really cool. Also, this. A slingshot. Yep. This, like, spinny slingshot is powerful as fuck, let me tell you. I used to have one like this as a child. I made it myself. And, you know, your regular rubber slingshot has got nothing on the spinny slingshot. It's also much more compact. You can just stuff it in your pocket. It takes no space at all. It's just a piece of fabric and a piece of string. That's it. It takes no space whatsoever and has a lot of power behind it. It's really cool to see that Will has some sort of a ranged weapon. He opted to not carry a bow around, but he has at least something, right? He has at least this slingshot. And with his strength, he can... Right? Like, a bow is only as strong as the wood or material in general it's made of, right? No matter how strong you are, the speed of the arrow and the strength of the bow is limited by the bow itself. Meanwhile, a sling like that, the faster you can spin it, the faster the projectile flies and the more force it carries. So Will, being the superhuman that he is, he can spin it at like supersonic speeds and decimate his enemies with just a piece of rock. The overwhelming might of a ruler, striking fear into all living things. And we have a giant, and of course, not a problem for Will. The brute force can solve most problems, of course. Just suplexing him and cleansing and speaking giant language, of course, why not? Will is really like extremely well-rounded. He has a lot of knowledge, he's intelligent, he has an amazing amount of strength, he has so much devotion, he's like everything in a single package. I must return to my clan. I will move to a safer place after that. Would be really nice if we had a giant village right next to the torch port. Would be really fun. William, hero of man, already starting to call him a hero. I will never forget this depth. And he is one of the Jotun. Jotun are from Norse mythology. And I believe they were frost giants. Not... whatchamacallit? Not forest giants? Jotun, supernatural being in Germanic mythology. Often contrasts with gods. And other non-human figures such as dwarves and elves. No, so they aren't necessarily frost giants. Just giants. Similar power to the gods, may also be referred to by negative terms of troll and thurs. Harmful nature of thursar is also described in Icelandic and Norwegian rune poems. Glossing as a giant, terms for Jotnar, I know how to read O umlaut, are often problematically translated into modern English as giant or giantess. Okay, so Jotun isn't necessarily a giant, but in common knowledge, I know, whatever, it is essentially a giant. This is the power of an ancient dragon. Even if you're my enemy, that doesn't seem like something you'd say. 1,000 lives cannot take the place of 10,000. Yeah, this is also important thing for Will. Do you risk your life and perhaps even die and throw yourself at the dragon to save 1,000 people, but you are dead then, and you forgo the ability to save 10,000 lives. Right? Maybe you should just leave it as it is, let Valakirka rampage, kill however much it wants, and then you can grow and defeat Valakirka, and by sacrificing thousands of people, you will be able to save tens of thousands. There's that balance, right? A trolley problem, essentially. But Will is not one to go for trolley problems. He would just jump in front of the trolley and just stop it in its tracks. That's what Will is going to do. That's the kind of a character he is. As long as you live, more people can be saved, so there's no choice. Bringer of the Light, the Faraway Paladin, title drop. Proxies to the living, yeah. What do we plan to do from here? I don't know. This is interesting that it brought chaos even to the Torchport. I would have expected it to be a little bit further away, away from any like places where demons and monsters appear, but maybe not. If the dragon were to awaken and fly this way on a whim, yeah, you would all die. This is not how you use a letter opener. I don't think, at least. Yeah, I think you... At least anytime I use a knife to open letters, I put it like into the fold, right? And put it into the fold and drag it out like that to cut the paper. Will is doing some really weird things. Oh, and if you wonder why I have a knife on hand, I was eating a block of marzipan and I couldn't be asked to go get a knife from a kitchen, and I had this in here. It's just laziness. It would destroy not only Torchport, but likely White Sails as well. Yeah, probably. Dragon is also accompanied by demons. Well, demons are less of a problem because Will can just cleanse them with the light of Gracefield and they're just gonna vanish. Dragon is the problem, though. Nothing shameful about running away. And ruminating the entire day, of course. And we have a little bit of a dwarven uprising. They want to go and reclaim their land, of course. Seemingly, they want to reclaim their country. Vindalfar really grew both in strength and in just moxie. Like, before he met Will, he would just cower and run away and stutter all the time. Now, no, he just suplexes one of his elders. No, you're not getting to Will. You're gonna have to go through me, and you're a bunch of old farts. Let's face it, you're not getting through me. All of you are too old to even defeat me now, yeah. I don't want to see you all die in vain, yep. But we don't want to die in vain. We don't want to die in our own beds. We want to die like our king died. We know the dragon is alive now, so the battle still kinda sorta continues, right? We were forced to run away, to not take part in the battle with the dragon, but the dragon is still alive. So if we go there, we can kinda rejoin the battle, right? And clean our honor, cleanse our sin, etc., etc. And if we die, hey, it's cool as well. You know, dying in battle, that's honorable. At long last, we have learned that the loathsome dragon lives. For the continuation of that day that we may die fighting. Yeah, they just want to continue that day and die fighting. Good old dwarven brawl, and those dwarves really are weak. Much weaker than Ru. And not all of them even have grey hair yet. There are some dwarves closer to Ru's age. I'm just gonna keep calling him Ru. Vindalfar is not something I'm gonna remember. You aren't even thinking of winning, yeah. That's shameful. You're proud warriors of the mountain, and you just wanna throw down your lives? You just wanna give up just like that? You wanna commit a mass suicide? That's what you wanna do? Where's your pride? Where's your dwarven spirit? Yeah, we fight for the sake of victory. That's what you taught me, and now you're going against your own teachings? What the fuck? Well, I didn't forget those teachings. Will is going to defeat the dragon, and I'm gonna be by his side, and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna go there with the full intent of winning, of slaying the fucking dragon. Not like you lot, giving up on life. As his grandson, I, Vindalfar. Yeah, I had the theory, kinda sorta. Ru becomes the Iron Country King. He's a grandson, so I guess he's the next in the succession line. Entirely possible. We'll take back the mountains that belong to my ancestors. Yep. You usually never think about pros and cons or whether or not you can actually win. You just throw yourself at the problem. Yes, but we had that talk about courage, right? Every time Will just throws himself mindlessly into the fray, he just knows he's gonna win. He didn't jump onto that wyvern not knowing whether or not he's going to win. He knew he's gonna win, so of course he doesn't need a plan. He doesn't need to ruminate over the pros and cons. He can just jump on that wyvern and just choke slam it. That's it. Done deal. There we go. This time, though, there is actual risk. There is actually some things to think about. And yeah, of course, Ru is joining. Manel is joining. Galerace is also joining us. Yeah, Galerace. And Raistov, of course. There's no surefire method for killing a dragon. Will be at a disadvantage. Will he still accompany me? Of course. This is interesting. I fully expected Anna to be kind of shipped with Will, but apparently she has a little bit of hots for Raistov. He liked the broody type, I guess. B is here. This entire scene, this entire sequence really seems to have a little bit of a different art style, right? Much more, for the lack of a better term, slice of lifey. The faces are much more expressive, and they do the thing where they don't necessarily even draw a nose, right? They're doing things like that. Interesting. And those like cutesy poses, you don't really see that all that much in the rest of the show. Interesting. We're getting supplies. B is going to write an entire saga about it. Of course. That's a face. I'll be using that line in my song. You're free to do that, of course. And with the blessing of Gracefield, Will can now safely go to defeat the dragon. This is interesting. A brief return home. I wonder. Actually, let me note it down. Will consults Gus about the dragon. Alternatively, Isekai shows up. What I mean is that maybe you've forgotten, I certainly do forget that fact at times. This show is technically an isekai. Will is technically an arrival from Japan who was reborn in this world. I know, it not once has been relevant, but it's a thing. So maybe a brief return home will be Will going back to Japan in his dream and getting some idea of how to kill a dragon from his original world. I don't know. The Japanese, I mean, they probably do have some myths about slaying dragons. Every single culture that has dragons in their mythology also has myths about people slaying dragons in one way or another. We have a very interesting myth about dragon slaying in Poland, actually. In Krakow, there was a dragon who was terrorizing the area, and a local cobbler called Dratewka figured he's going to get a sheepskin. He's gonna fill that sheepskin with black powder, with sulfur, stuff like that, and sew it back up because he's a cobbler. He knows how to sew leather. He's going to set it up on a meadow. The dragon, of course, gobbled it up, but oh shit, that's spicy. That burns. So the dragon went to the Wisła river and started drinking water, and kept drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking until he burst. That's how a cobbler saved the city. Maybe that's what Will's gonna do. I know. Would be fun. Probably not, though. Probably not. Okay. Alright. Very good episode. I really, really did enjoy it thoroughly. I love the portrayal of Stagnate, most of all. How, sure, he is the evil god, technically. In any other story, in any other show, he would be the evil god that just does evil for the sake of evil. And not here, though. Not here. He doesn't hate humanity. He loves humanity. He doesn't hate Will for going against him. No, he enjoys that, hey, there's a person who's this strong. Shit, that's great. I love strong people, right? I really, really do like Stagnate's character, Stagnate's personality. It's great. What else? That's basically all that really bears mention about this episode, to be perfectly honest with you. The dragon is waking up. Sure, that was kind of to be expected, that it's gonna happen sooner or later. Although, as I said, I fully expected us to have at least a couple of episodes of preparation. Maybe that's what we're gonna get. Maybe the next episode is actually going to be going back to the temple, getting Gus's counsel, and going to scavenge some materials to make an anti-dragon potion, or I don't know, stuff like that. Maybe. Entirely possible. And yeah, it really seems like they are setting up the fight with the dragon to be the finale, which is very interesting because it's only episode 5. It's not even halfway through the season, and we are already setting up the finale, which tells me that the road to actually facing that dragon, to actually defeating it, is gonna be long. Assuming the fight with the dragon takes a whole episode, or more than an episode. I would say episodes 11 and 12 would be the fight, or 10, 11, and 12 would be the fight even. But that still leaves us with 5 episodes of getting to that fight. And I wonder, what will they be filled with? We still have a couple of characters that show up in the opening that we haven't met, like the elven woman, who I already know is going to be named Dinalind. Maybe we're gonna get some more allies. Maybe we're gonna, I don't know, visit Will's home to get some help from Gus, then visit Menel's village to get a really strong bow. I don't know, stuff like that. Maybe those 5 episodes will be preparation, but a preparation during a journey, going one place where they have a super special stone, then going to the other place where the recipe for an anti-fire potion is hidden, then going somewhere else where the teardrop of Gracefield can be harvested to make that potion. Maybe that's what's it gonna be. I don't know. I certainly do like where it's going, though. I certainly do. Cool. Good shit. One thing I have to say is, actually, let me note it down. I fully expect Gelreis to die to the dragon. Gelreis dies to the dragon. Why do I expect that? Well, Will, Menel, Rue, and Reistov are a part of the main cast by now. So they just... I really don't see them dying. Certainly not Will. 99% not Menel. 90% not Reistov. 90% not Rue. Meanwhile, Gelreis just kinda joins us ad hoc. We don't really know him all that much. He hasn't really been present all that much, right? We haven't grown attached to him. He's the perfect candidate to just kill off for some drama. So I wonder if that's going to happen or not. Could very well just not happen, right? It's not a given. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's it about this episode, but maybe you guys have something more to add, and if so, say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode, of my reaction, my theories, stuff like that? No spoilers, please. Spoilers, go to my Discord, here also in the description. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to be notified of future videos, not only Saihate the Paladin, but also Magia Record, Shy, Helk, Shangri-La Frontier, Shield Hero, plenty others coming in the future. Click the bell to be notified when I go live, because I do sometimes support the channel. If you want monetarily on Patreon, down below, where for $10 you get early access to non-seasonal shows, and for $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me directly on YouTube itself via memberships, super thanks also down below. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to, don't feel obliged. Share my content, spread the word, it costs you absolutely nothing and still helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful Patreons: QB, Without a Net, The Group Survivor, Zayrainer, Akamaster, Dr. Watt, Marshikale, Fassel, and Hans Peter. And you can join them without having to fight a dragon. That's kinda early, but well.